Hey guys, so welcome back. Today I want to present you with a challenging but rewarding power vinyasa class as usual. And in today's class we work up toward Pravrita Ashta Chandrasana, which is the crescent lunge with a twist or high lunge with a twist. This will help us work on our flexibility in the back leg and then also the strength of the front leg and flexibility in the spine, stretching the muscles in the torso. We'll also work on some belly up vinyasas, and these will help us work on our core strength and also back strength, very important for the health of our spine. We work up toward Garudasana, which is the eagle pose, and this will help us with our standing balance. And then we combine that with an arm balance for Pavarita Garudasana, which is like a side crow but done with the legs in a eagle pose position. So I hope you get a lot from the class today, and as usual, if you enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up or a like or a heart depending on where you are. If you'd like to help support me and what I'm doing, subscribe to my YouTube channel and or become a patron on Patreon. You can help support me a little bit financially on Patreon and get access to a little more content and curated content that I put up on there. And then finally, if there are any questions or you want to say something to me, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, enjoy the class, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. All right, so begin just by finding a comfortable seat, as usual. Go ahead and sit tall and let your eyes close. And see if you can let go of everything except just feeling the sensations that are caused by breathing. And then gradually begin to deepen your breathing. As you inhale, fill first your belly and then your ribs and then the upper chest. And as you exhale, reverse this: chest, ribs, and then the belly pull in toward the spine. After you've established this deep three-part breathing, begin to add a soft ocean sound or hissing sound at the back of the throat. Be sure you're breathing in and out through the nose and that the inhales and the exhales are the same length. With your next exhalation, transition into tabletop position on your hands and knees. Begin with cat-cow warm-up. Inhale, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, and lifting the crown of the head. As you exhale, tucking tailbone, rounding the back, and bringing the crown of the head toward the ground. Try coordinating the breath and movement perfectly. So as long as you're breathing, you're also moving. After about 3 to 5 repetitions, you can come back to neutral. Tucking the toes, lift the hips, and come up and back into downward dog. And in downward dog, begin to warm up your legs and arms. And then once you've done that, come into your full expression of down dog for a few breaths. The next exhalation, we'll bring our feet toward our hands and take a moment in ragdoll. Allowing the body to relax as much as possible without falling over. Nodding the head or shaking the head. Swaying the hips, bending the knees slightly. And just really feeling the back side of the body as it stretches. Now with the arms relaxed, inhale and gradually roll your way up to a standing position. Standing at the front of your mat, allow any tension in your face, jaw, or shoulders to simply release with your next exhale. And then with feet touching on the next inhalation, draw the arms up, touch palms, and lift the heart. Lengthen from your pubic bone through your chin, and let your shoulders stay soft. If there is any pain in your neck, then keep your chin tucked. Otherwise, let your head drop back. Inhale through center, and as you exhale, release into forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees as much as necessary and let your neck relax. With your next inhalation, come to your fingertips or take hands to the shins as you look forward and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, plant the hands and step to the top of a push-up for plank pose. As always in plank, be sure that the shoulders are engaged and that the hips intersect the point between the shoulders and the heels. Let's drop our knees for the first push-up so we can focus on our shoulders and arms. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, lower down about halfway, creating a right or 90-degree angle at the elbows. Take a breath here and feel the elbows hug the ribs. With the next exhalation, lower the rest of the way down. And as you inhale, press your feet and hands into the ground as you lift up into Cobra. Exhale, coming back down, and then pressing back to tabletop, and then downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. Now inhale to the toes and look between your hands. And as you exhale, step, jump, or float your way to the front edge of the mat. On the next inhalation, come all the way back up to standing back bend. And then as you exhale, grab the right wrist with your left hand and gently pull yourself over to the left, sending your hips to the right, coming into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. In half moon, try and lengthen from your hip all the way through the wrist. Inhale back to center, switch wrists, and exhale to the other side. With each inhale, reach through the crown of the head and lengthen the arm. And as you exhale, explore the depth of the pose. Inhale, let's come back through center, and as you exhale, release into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale right to the top of a push-up, Phalakasana. For this push-up, you decide whether you'd like knees up or down. If you lack strength and it's difficult to do push-ups with the knees up, then simply drop your knees, but make sure you create a deep bend in the arms so that you'll get stronger. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, this time to up dog if possible, straightening the arms and legs with the knees off the ground. Otherwise, repeat cobra. And as you exhale, pull yourself back to downward dog, rolling over both toes simultaneously. Now inhale to the toes, look to the hands, and as you exhale, make your way again to the front edge of your mat. Inhale all the way to standing back bend. Exhale, hips right, arms to the left, half moon. Inhale back to center and exhale half moon, other side. Inhale back to center and exhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. Imagine you're sitting back in a seat. Try and keep your knees over your heels and let your hips drop. Don't forget to breathe here. Inhale all the way back up to standing back bend and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and if you're able to, exhale right to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog, and if you can, on your way out, put another push-up in as you make your way back to downward facing dog. In downward dog, let's bring the feet to touch, and we'll inhale the right leg up and back. As we exhale, let's touch the right knee high up onto the right arm, and just take a breath. Now we'll inhale, lift that leg up and back, and exhale, place the foot between the hands. Shift the hips as far forward and down as you're able to, and be sure that the right heel is under the right knee. The next inhalation, raise the torso up and back, arms framing the ears. This is low lunge or Anjaneyasana. Take a nice deep breath and exhale to the bottom of your push-up, making your way back to downward facing dog. Let's bring the feet to touch here, and we'll inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale as we touch the left knee high up on the left arm, and just take a breath. Inhale, we'll draw that leg up and back, and exhale as we lunge. Again, bringing the hips as far forward and down, and the left heel under the left knee. We inhale and come up to the low lunge. In this pose, be sure that you feel a stretch at the front of your right hip. Breathe into that stretch. Let's take a nice deep breath, and we'll exhale to the bottom of our push-up, making our way back to downward facing dog. In downward dog, let's inhale to the toes. As we exhale, step, jump, or float to a seat. Once you're seated, place your feet about hip distance and the hands shoulder width or maybe slightly wider. With your next inhalation, try and lift up so that your feet are under your knees and your hands are directly below your shoulders. This is sometimes called the inverted tabletop position. It could also be called the crab pose. But see if you can lift up and keep your hips lifted so that they're in line with your knees and your shoulders. Just take a few breaths here. Good. As you exhale, come back down and then cross the ankles and roll forward. Either come straight back to down dog or take a vinyasa as you make your way back. From here, we'll inhale to the toes, and as we exhale, make our way to the front edge of the mat. So inhale all the way up to standing back bend. And as we exhale, come into chair pose, but add a twist. Try and keep the hips facing forward, but the fingertips reaching toward the front and back wall simultaneously. The chest is facing the right wall, and the gaze is back over the right fingertips. So inhale all the way back up to standing back bend, and we will exhale as we twist in the opposite direction. Keep drawing that left hip forward and that left shoulder back. Inhale all the way back up to standing back bend, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift or maybe crow pose, Bakasana. As you exhale, step, jump, or float to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale to upward dog or cobra, and exhale to a push-up, tabletop, or straight back to downward facing dog. In downward dog, let's go ahead and bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. As we exhale, let's touch the right knee to the right arm. Inhale as we lift that leg up and back. Exhale and touch it to your nose, chin, or forehead, and just hold for a breath. Inhale that leg up and back, and exhale as you again lunge. Inhale to low lunge, and then exhale to half triangle, Ardha Trikonasana. In half triangle, place your hands on the ground or two blocks. Make sure your hips are directly over the left knee. Make sure the right leg is straight and that the toes and the knee are pointing straight up toward the ceiling. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale as you rock forward. And exhale to the bottom of your push-up. Let's bring our feet to touch in downward dog, and we'll inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, tap the left knee to the left arm. Inhale up and back. Exhale to the center and just hold for a breath. Inhale that leg up and back, and exhale as you lunge. Inhale to low lunge, and then exhale to half triangle pose. Inhale as you come back up, and exhale to the bottom of your push-up, making your way to downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's inhale to the toes and exhale to a seat. Now we'll do something that one of my teachers calls a belly up vinyasa. So you inhale, lift up to the crab position, and you want to be sure there's no pinching in your shoulders as you do this. If there is, then you can bend your arms or drop your hips a little bit. But if there's no pinching, try and lift those hips up high. As you exhale, try and pull through like so. Notice that my hips don't actually touch the ground. Now, if your hips do touch the ground, it could be because your torso is long and your arms are shorter. If that's the case, try using 2 blocks to do that. Let's try that a few more times. We inhale up into the crab or inverted table position. As we exhale, we pull right through. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pull through. Let's do a few more. Good. From there, cross the ankles and exhale. Make your way back to downward dog. From downward dog, inhale to the toes. As you exhale, step, jump, or float to the front edge of your mat. Inhale all the way to standing back bend. And again, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center, and exhale as you twist to the left. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist a little deeper to the right. Drop the hips down as much as possible. Extend through the crown of your head. Place the palms directly between the elbows and press one palm to the other to draw your right shoulder back. Try looking up and notice as you do, the right shoulder moves back even further into the twist. As you inhale, come all the way back to standing back bend. And as you exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, crow or handstand, and exhale, bottom of your push-up, vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. In downward dog, let's bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. As we exhale, we'll touch our right knee high up on the right arm. So inhale up and back. We're going to exhale, touch the right knee right to the center. Inhaling up and back. We'll exhale and touch the opposite arm and hold for a breath. Inhale, lift that leg up and back, and exhale as you lunge. And then from here, inhale up to crescent or high lunge pose. In high lunge, you would like the front foot and knee pointing straight ahead, the knee lunge directly over the heel. The left hip draws forward, the right hip draws back. The left leg is straight, and that heel is pressing toward the ground without touching the ground. The arms are straight up and back, framing the ears. As you exhale, release to the bottom of push-up, and you can do this arm balance, Ekapada Bakasana, first variation, and then Vinyasa from there, making your way to the downward dog. The arm balance is completely optional. Let's bring our feet to touch, and we'll inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale the left knee high up on the left arm. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale right to the center. Inhale up and back. Exhale, touch and hold opposite arm. Good, inhale that leg up and back, and exhale as you lunge. And then inhale to Ashtha Chandrasana crescent lunge or high lunge pose. Take a nice deep breath and exhale again, either bottom your push-up or Ekapada Bakasana. From downward dog, let's inhale to the toes. We'll exhale to another seat. Let's again look at this inverted table pose. We inhale, coming up to the inverted table. Exhale, pulling through. And this time, if you're able to, try lifting one leg at a time. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lift the other leg. Good. Continuing side to side with the breath. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. Cross the ankles, exhale, bottom of the push-up, make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's inhale to our toes, fill the lungs, and we'll exhale right to the front edge of the mat. Let's inhale all the way to standing back bend, and exhale to chair twist. Inhale back up, and exhale to the other side. Inhale and exhale
to prayer twist. From prayer twist, inhale, open the arms, and exhale, if you are able, into side crow. Hands shoulder width, elbows bent, gaze up. Gradually shift weight off the feet and onto the arms. Then inhaling, come all the way back to standing back bend. And exhale to the other side. Inhale, open the arms. And exhale, elbows bent, gaze forward, and shift the weight gradually. Good. Inhale. Let's come all the way back up to standing back bend. Exhale, release into forward fold. Inhale, half lift, crow, handstand. Exhale, vinyasa back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. From downward dog, let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, touch the right knee to the right arm. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale the knee to your nose or chin or forehead. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, touch the opposite arm. Kick that foot out, drop the back heel. And if you're able on the inhale, lift the left arm up into fallen triangle. Lift the hips and open the heart. Look up. Exhale, let's bring that hand back down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge, and then we'll inhale up into crescent lunge. From crescent lunge, go ahead and exhale your hands to the hips and just step to the back of your push-up. We'll do a twisting lunge, a dynamic twisting lunge, and for whatever reason, this is a little bit confusing for people. So we are going to lunge our right leg forward. We're also going to twist to the right. The tendency is to want to go in the opposite direction. So just make sure you know your left and your right, and just follow along as best as you can. So we inhale the arms up. As we exhale, we'll step the right foot forward and we twist to the right. And exhale. Okay? So hopefully you're getting the idea. Inhale up and exhale. Don't worry too much about the alignment. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just make sure that nothing hurts as you do this. Let's do a few more. And one more. Good, let's hold the twist. Okay, so we're in our crescent lunge. Just like in the chair twist, the fingertips are reaching forward and back. The palms are facing the right wall, right? And my chest is facing right, but my hips are facing forward. But I cannot even look back over my right fingertips. Good, inhale those arms up and exhale. Bottom of your push-up, making your way back to downward dog. Now I'm going to turn just for the sake of being able to face the camera. You don't need to turn at home. Just bring the feet to touch. We'll inhale left leg up and back. Exhale left knee to the left arm. Inhale. Exhale center. Inhale and exhale, opposite arm. Good, kick the foot out and then inhale, right arm up. Let's take a deep breath. We exhale that hand back down. Inhale the leg up and back and exhale lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge. Good, let's bring those hands down to the hips and we'll step back toward the back edge of our mat. Now remember, on this side, we'll be bringing the left leg forward and we're going to twist to the left, okay? So inhale, arms up. Exhale, lunge and twist. Good. Lunge, twist, and hold. As you hold, try and refine the posture. Try and slow your breathing down. Good. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, bottom of your push-up, making your way back to downward dog. From downward dog, let's inhale to our toes, and as we exhale, make our way to a seat. Again, with our feet about hip distance apart, hands shoulder width, we again inhale to the crab position. And this time, let's add what's called a dip. So dip is bending the arms like this. You can let your hips drop a bit, and you don't want to feel pain in your shoulders, okay? So if you feel pain in your shoulders as you do this, just don't bend those arms. Then you inhale back up, and you exhale and pull through. And again, lift one leg if possible. Inhale, exhale, dip. Inhale up and exhale. Left leg lifts. Good. Let's do a total of 5. That's 2. Three. 4. 5. Good. Inhale up and exhale. Bottom of your push-up. Make your way back to downward facing dog. From the downward dog, let's go ahead and inhale to our toes as we fill our lungs. And we exhale to the front edge of our mat. Let's inhale all the way to standing. And as we exhale, we'll bring our hands down and cross the right elbow under the left elbow with the palms together in front of the face. Now, if this is not possible for you, simply grab the opposite shoulder like so. Okay? Okay. Now, let's bend those knees. And with our next inhalation, we draw the right leg over the left and try and wrap the toes back behind the ankle. Let's keep the hips facing forward. And as we exhale, we're going to sink the hips down. Now, there are 2 stretches in this pose for the arms. One is elbows down. Kind of stretches the top of the shoulders, right? And the other stretch is elbows up and hands away from the face. It gets between the shoulder blades. Good. Let's inhale, we unwind everything, and we exhale the left elbow under the right. Okay. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, sit back in your seat, and inhale the left ankle over. Try and keep those hips facing forward and let the hips drop down. Do both stretches for the shoulders. Good. Inhale all the way back up to standing and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. From our downward dog, let's go ahead and inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale to the right arm. Inhale, lift it, and exhale to the center. Inhale up and exhale to the opposite arm. Kick that foot out, drop that back heel. Inhale the left arm up, fallen triangle. And then exhale the hips down to the ground. Bend both knees to a 90-degree or right angle and bring your forearms to the ground. Now you can stay here if this is a deep enough twist for you. However, if you'd like to go a little deeper into the twist, left shoulder to the ground, palm up, right palm onto left palm, pressing the shoulder back and taking a nice deep twist. Good. Now return both hands to the ground, under the shoulders, straighten both legs, and just be sure that your left foot is more or less at the center of your mat. Inhale the left arm and hips up, fallen triangle. Exhale the hand back to the ground. Inhale the leg up and back, and exhale as you lunge. Inhale, come up to crescent lunge. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and take your left elbow over your right thigh, taking a nice deep twist. Okay, in this position, if you are able, you can bind the leg with the arms by reaching around. I don't have long enough limbs to do that, but if you do, it can be a very nice way to do this pose. Now from this position, if you're adept at your arm balances, you can come into an Ekapada Kondinasana second variation, bringing the hands to the ground, shoulder width, and then lifting both legs and straightening them. From there, you can shoot to the bottom of a push-up and take a vinyasa, coming back to downward dog. Otherwise, simply cartwheel down and make your way back to down dog. Now with our feet touching, let's inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale the left knee to left arm. Inhale up and back. Exhale to the center. Inhale up and back, and exhale to the opposite arm. Kick that foot out, drop that back heel. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then exhale, hips down. Bend the knees. Bring the forearms to the ground. Okay, and then you can stay here or again, go a little deeper into the twist. To exit, we'll come in out of it just as we came into it. Inhaling to fallen triangle pose. Exhale the hand to the ground. Inhale the leg up and back. And exhale as you lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge, and then exhale to nice, deep, twisted crescent lunge pose. Good. We inhale, come back up, and exhale. Bottom bar push-up. Of course, you can do the arm balance once again on your way out if you'd like. From here, let's go ahead and inhale to our toes and exhale to a seat one last time. Okay, so now I'd like to do a pose called the inclined plane pose. It's related to the other postures we've been doing, but it can be a little more challenging for some at least. So this time what we'd like to do is take our legs out straight, just completely straight. We bring our hands back behind us, fingers pointing toward the buttocks. Again, hands about shoulder width. And then this time as we inhale, we just like to lift the hips up, maybe get the soles of our feet to the ground, and if it feels okay in our neck, we let our chin drop back. Good. Exhale, let's come down, cross those ankles, and make our way back to downward dog. From downward dog, inhale to the toes, and as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to standing, and then exhale to eagle pose. Just as we did before, okay? I'm gonna turn just so that you can see me a little bit better. Okay, from the eagle pose, let's see if we can combine this with the side crow that we did earlier. So we open up the arms, we take a nice deep twist over to the right. From there, inhale, open the arms, and as you exhale, try and bring the hands to the ground and shift the weight from your legs onto your arms. Good. Inhale as you unwind, coming to standing back bend, and exhale, other side. Inhale those arms up, exhale, take a twist. Maybe that's as far as you get, that's fine. Or from there, be very careful, but it's almost like a little controlled fall. Just kind of reaching, grabbing the ground, and you sort of gradually make your way off of your feet. A little harder than the straight side crow pose, just because of the position of the legs. All right, beautiful work. Let's inhale all the way back up to our standing back bend, and we exhale to our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and let's exhale to a child pose. From child, let's inhale and sit back up, and we'll bring our hips up over our knees. Let's have the knees and the feet hip distance, hands on our hips. We'll take the left leg straight out to the left. Then inhale both arms up and grab your right wrist with your left hand. As you exhale, pull yourself over the left leg, stretching your right waist and ribs. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to your hips and draw that leg in. Let's bring the right leg out this time. This is called gate pose or Parigasana. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, gently stretch your left waist and ribs. Good. Let's inhale as we come back up, and we exhale and draw everything back in. Coming to a kneeling position, you can tuck your toes if you'd like to make them a little easier to access. Take your hands to your low back with the fingers pointing down, elbows in toward one another in preparation for camel pose. Inhale. Lift the heart, and as you exhale, begin to come into your back bend. Just like we did at the beginning, try and lengthen from your pubic bone through your chin. If it feels okay, you can reach back and grab your heels. Keep the hips pressed forward and the heart lifting. Inhale, come back up, and exhale as you come back into Vajrasana or kneeling position. Good. From here, let's go ahead and cross our ankles and bring our legs out in front of us. Then, joining the soles of the feet together, we'll pull the heels in nice and close. Sitting tall, grab the inside edges of your feet and open them like you're opening pages on a book. Then, inhale the arms up with a straight spine and exhale as you come forward and down, keeping that spine as nice and straight as you can. With each inhale, walk the fingers forward and lengthen through the crown of your head. And with each exhale, look down and fold in half. Continue to let your knees drop toward the ground, stretching the inside of the thighs. Good. Inhale, arms with your ears, come on up, and exhale, let those arms relax. Let's go ahead and take our legs out straight now. Inhale, legs and arms, and exhale as you gradually roll back onto your back. Once you get there, go ahead and slide your hands under the hips, palms down, and take the legs straight up toward the ceiling. This is called Saral Viparit Karani. It's an easy inversion that pretty much everybody can do safely. If you'd like to take your inversion practice a little bit further, then go ahead and swing the legs up, lift your hips, and you can grab the hips there and take your legs up. As you can see, I have an angle at my hips, so this is either a half shoulder stand or a version of Viparita Karani. If you have a very flexible neck, you can walk your hands down your back and perhaps get your hips directly over your shoulders. As you can see, I can't do that. That's just because of the way that my neck is shaped. Both the half and the full shoulder stand have the same benefits. In either pose, you want the weight of your body borne by the back of your skull, your shoulders, and your arms, and not your neck. So your neck should be very comfortable in this pose. To come out of the pose, let your knees bend and just gradually let the hips return to the earth. Once they come down, straighten the legs, slide your hands under your thighs or buttocks, and then press into your elbows, lift your back up, arch the back, and just let the crown of the head rest on the ground for a Matsyendrasana. Oh, sorry, Matsyasana is the name of this one. The next inhale, press in those elbows, and exhale, let your torso come back to the ground. Draw those legs in, give them a nice squeeze. And then extend the arms as you drop both knees to the left and look to your right. Inhale, knees back to center, and exhale them to the other side. Inhale, knees back to center. Grab the soles of the feet for a little happy baby. And when you're ready to relax, unwind into Shavasana or corpse pose. Let your feet splay apart comfortably, arms at an angle out to the sides, palms up, head centered, chin tucked in slightly, eyes closed. Let your breath be natural and set the intention to allow your body to remain still for the next 6 minutes or so.
All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that. Once again, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, or join my Patreon page, and leave me comments below, any questions that you have. I'd love to hear what was your hardest pose in today's class, and also which pose did you enjoy the most. Thanks again. Namaste.